You shouldn't have signed the paper to fight me. Now you're the enemy.
I don't want to win a decision.
The last time Joe Stevenson's back was against Joe Daddy is looking to get back on track and make
Another title shot.
tough as nails and with the technical know-how to who can do it all in the octagon. Now, after wins over Josh
Stand with anybody or be on the ground with anybody. I'm a mixed martial artist.
Diaz fights Joe Stevenson. Diaz, 24 years old, 3 years younger than season 2 To get us officially started, here's Bruce Buffer.
Pounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introduces. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Stevenson! Holding a professional record of 10 wins with 3 losses. He stands 6 feet. Season winner, Nate. Octagon is Steve Mazzagatti.
Steve Mazza Stevenson.
All right, gentlemen, bring it on. Come.
Joe Stevenson went to touch gloves, and Nate Diaz wants none. Arm through. That looks pretty tight.
He didn't have the benefit of the guard.
Get choke position.
Spent 6 weeks in Albuquerque with Greg Jackson. And that fine.
Sanchez, you know, he really needed that win, and what happened with that fight was Joe basically, his main attacks in that fight were just punching. And meanwhile, Joe is landing some good right hands from the top here against Nate Diaz.
Lightweight division.
Nate Diaz is in trouble here.
Pick those wisely, Joe. Pick those wisely.
Stevenson in a dominant position.
With his wrist control, arm free, and perhaps suck out one of Joe's legs and turn.
Great start for Joe Daddy Stevenson.
And Joe is turning towards him. If Nate can get his right knee under him and on the ground.
And he's trying to lock it in.
He's got it locked in very tight. When they roll together, Frank Mir said it's like a vice grip. He's doing very well defending himself, but
Diaz.
Yeah, good defense by Nate. One of the benefits of you get comfortable. You learn how to relax when a guy's got. Joe Stevenson shrugs it off.
Good tactical battle early, Joe. Rashad Evans. Rashad won that year as a heavyweight.
Far controlling the battle on the ground. And you hear Nate is looking for, that we don't see very often from him, is his leg locks. He's very well known.
Very precise and tactical matches. Stevenson again looking to deliver him in the head anymore.
Yeah, this is the best version of Joe Stevenson.
Daddy.
Okay, deep breaths. All you care about is your air now.
Cut, coach.
He ain't cut.
Really smart on defense.
Big brother Nick.
Joe Stevenson got out of it, and then Joe had Nate in a very Joe Daddy Stevenson.
The beautiful Edith.
Shazam.
Former Ultimate Fighter winners meeting in the octagon.
Big takedown right away. Nate. This is a very
traded submission attempts.
He goes for that strange guillotine. It's a great move for guys with longer arms.
Stevenson trying to spin out of it.
And back to his feet. Nice job. We're seeing just a much more well-rounded approach by Joe Stevenson.
Joe away from his wife and his 4 boys. He said collectively he might have seen his wife. Good pace here in round. And he gives it up.
All right, Joe Daddy Stevenson.
Diaz has only lost Guida, and in the WEC a couple of years ago by Hermes Franca, I believe.
And he's looking for a triangle with those long legs, but Stevenson immediately on top.
Stevenson and both Nick and Nate Diaz. In fact, Joe said that Nate Diaz has and where Joe Stevenson and his boys are, and he said, I'd send him. There's outstanding Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu skills. And has done a good job of it. Once the single.
Well, he's constantly on Nate, and he's been on top of going for that takedown. Nate trying to defend it, looking for the switch there, and Joe winds up on top in half guard.
Finale, but still, Diaz was pretty dominant in the Ultimate Fighter house. Finished off today, there's no comparison. These guys have both evolved.
Brother Nick Diaz is one of the very best fighters in the world. In my opinion, one of the top 10. Maybe he's just looked tremendous in those fights. Power and control here of Joe Daddy.
He's trying to hit you hard. Let's do it. Don't stand.
Fight of the night, Stevenson and Diaz.
Diaz denies the hand touch of Joe Stevenson, and Joe Stevenson puts his hands. Keep an eye on his hands. Keep control of them.
Stevenson.
And Joe Daddy.
Both of these young guys been in the game a long time. Stevenson made his pro debut. And again.
Nate takes him down. Nate scrambles. He's trying to turn his torso to keep his body on top of Joe. And there he does. Now he's on top in Joe's guard. This is good for Nate. And Joe is just controlling Nate's posture and going with the full.
Very fine Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners. One a black belt, one a brown belt.
Submission attempts, but both men have excellent defense, and neither one able to finish it either. Moves it to the top position again, but we got to be careful because Joe
and the fans recognize the battle.
To the feet, and Joe Daddy's going to look to pick.
And he's got the takedown.
Nate looking to defend himself, but he's got to realize his scores and the judges.
If you go to the different criteria, octagon control, Stevenson gets.
Step off your knee.
Oh wow, I hear that.
No little baptism under fire someday, if they follow in Daddy's footsteps.
Nate looking to make something happen here. He was very frustrated.
50 seconds. Stevenson covers.
Takedown.
Almost.
Nate trying to remain aggressive, and so is Joe.
6 weeks in Albuquerque. Stevenson looking for the leg.
Nate Diaz throwing some.
Ultimate Fighter winner. And the Season 5 Ultimate Fighter winner here in Las Vegas. On multiple occasions, look to finish this fight by some skate. Then it's Joe Stevenson looking to finish the fight. So the fight ends up going the distance, and the judges.
Scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest.